Neal, where did that go wrong tonight?
I thought we started terribly. I think their goal rocked us. We then spent 20 minutes like running around like headless chicken, and we made it easy for them to just slice through the middle of us and cause us problems. We kept forcing things. We felt like we had to get the goals back and try and win the game straight away. So I thought we was really poor for the first 25 minutes or so. Then we calmed down a little bit and we got a little bit of rhythm going and got on top of the game and obviously scored 2 good goals. And the second half, we knew they would make changes. They brought Gash on and it's hard because they're 2 big uns up there and it could stick. But we still got loads wrong. Ruben's had a great header to probably put the game to bed, should hit the target, and 2-1's a scoreline where they're again throwing caution to the wind. We got a little bit in our mindset defensive, and in the end, we give away a silly free kick late on, and it's just a little bit of naivety, and we've got to snap out of silly goals like that because that's been the bedrock.
What's your overriding emotion this evening? Are you frustrated? Are you angry? What have you told the players?
We've got so many games coming up. We've got such a brutal schedule. We're going to lose games, I've said before, we're going to win games, and we've lost 1 in 11 since the turn of the year, and we're not playing well. I'm not going to turn around here and dress it up and say we're flowing, we're playing our brilliant best and everyone's full of beans and full of confidence, because we're not. We're finding ways we're managing ways to try and pick up points and win games, and sometimes you go through periods like that, whether you're the best team. Man City started the season poorly and now they've found a rhythm. It's sometimes whether you're the best team in the league, not the best team, you have periods, and at the moment we're not playing great and we've lost 1 in 11. And I just said that to the boys, you're not playing great, we're not free flowing, we need to find our mojos and our rhythm again and our confidence, but you've lost 1 in 11.
Is there any particular reason why you think you're not playing well at the moment, or is it just the ebbs and flow of a season? Is it fatigue? Because I guess at times, I looked at it in that first half at times and thought, well, they look a little leggy as well.
I don't want to blame fatigue. I don't like saying players look leggy. I've said before the need to bring players in, Connell and Alex. I had a plan in place that's got blown up on Saturday where Connell and Alex had played 5 games in 2 weeks, and I was going to have to start bringing Ben in and start rotating them and keep them fresh. And then Ben got injured, so they've had to go a 6th game on the trot. Dion's the same. So all of a sudden, all our best laid plans have gone out the window to keep the performance levels high physically. So we do have to change that, but we're not going to use it as an excuse. It's only going to get worse. We've got a schedule from hell, as we all know. So the fatigue's only going to be higher as we go along, and we've got to put a smile on our face and not use it as an excuse.
Even in this spell where you admit you've not been playing well, you've largely looked pretty solid at the back. You probably couldn't say that tonight. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, we couldn't. And again, we always praise our back 4 and our goalie and stuff like that. They've scored a worldie early on, which you can't do much about. It's dropped, he's hit, it's a great goal. Then after that, we just lost all of our shape, and that's anxiety. It was almost like we had to score 2 goals in 4 minutes, and we were running around, we were pressing them when we shouldn't have been, and all of a sudden, within 2 passes, they were at us 1v1, and that was us. That was us just, that's anxiety. That's why I always talk about anxiety and trying to get the lads calm and get them thinking and knowing their jobs, and we just lost our way as a team. Once we got it back and we calmed them down and we tweaked a couple of things, we become the better team.
Did you think? It's probably difficult to admit it when you concede in the manner that you did late in the game, but did you think 2-2 was actually probably a fair result? I
don't think we deserved to win. I'm not going to dress it up and say anything. I thought Kings Lynn came out and we're good. We're good in the first half, and I thought we had the middle of the game. I thought 20 minutes either side of half time we were the better team, and say Ruben could have put it to bed, and then they pressed and we started to get a little bit right. Let's just hold on to what we've got. And that's a mentality that can happen sometimes. So, no, I think, it's a fair result, as in the result. But obviously, when you're 2-1 up in the last minute, you see the game out and say, well, that's one that we've got 3 points in, but we weren't great.
When you come up against a team like Kings Lynn, when there's so much uncertainty around the future of their season, furloughing players, there's an assumption sometimes made that you should beat them. You have to win. You have to beat teams like that. What do you make of that assumption? And did the players feed into that at all? And is that why they started a little slow, worldly aside?
I think we're Notts County, and the assumption is we have to beat everyone. And the players know that. The players know the pressure of playing for this club. We've got to try and get out of the league, and therefore we need to be relentless in trying to win games of football. So that's the assumption, and that's probably why we created our own anxiety 3 minutes into the game and started trying to chase a game that we didn't need to chase then. And we've got the quality to score goals. Like I say, the bedrock has been good defending. And if you look at the games where we've cost ourselves results, it's set pieces. The Chesterfield game, game we weren't great, but set piece loses the game for us. Today, a set piece has lost us 3 points.
I know you're trying to bring in defenders. Are you getting any closer?
It's been tough. It's really, really strange at the moment. There's been players that have been available for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, and we've gone to move on them, and all of a sudden they're not available. And clubs now, as you go into this second phase of the season, they get a little bit nervous about what squad they've got left with, and they make decisions not to let people out. And so we're finding that we've knocked on 6, 7, 8 doors, and all the doors are closing at the moment. So it's not been easy, but me and Greg have had 2-3 days solid on it, and we're very hopeful. Well, we have to try and get 2 in by Thursday for training and into the squad and around the squad on Saturday.
And I know you may well be looking to the next possible opportunity of a bit of respite. Could be the weekend of the 13th of March, but could that now be filled with a fixture, because Wealdstone could happen then? You're nodding?
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but there's a strong likelihood the league will make us put that fixture in there if it's what needs to be had. They wouldn't want to use up. I think the only 2 Tuesdays we've got left are the Tuesday before Good Friday and the Tuesday in the last week of the season. So there's a strong chance that will happen. So that respite goes out the window. I think if we do, we've got 11 games in 5.5 weeks. So it's
would you not rather have it? Would you rather have?
I don't. Sometimes you haven't got the choice.
Right.
We can say, well, we don't want to play them, but the alternatives are to play Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday over Easter, or put it in the last week of the season, which the league really don't want to do for obvious reasons.